Hello, can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, Tom, I can hear you.
Hi, good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I haven't had a chance.
Good luck in your new position.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
Let's see. Okay. I think we're getting everyone. Hello, guys. Let me get my video going too. Hi there. I'm gonna glare back here. Let me change that. There we go. I think that's better. All right. How's everyone doing? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
great. All right. Well, let's see. We've got about 10 people on the call right now. Let me give it a couple minutes here. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Tom Richardson. I'm the new sales manager here at Long and Foster, and I'm actually in the office today. I've got a virtual background, so it looks like I'm in an office building on Wall Street. But yeah, that's I'm here at the office, and like everyone has been dealing with over the last couple of days, we've been really having some problems with our technology, but everything's getting worked on as we speak. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to share the screen, and let's see if I can get this working for us. All right. All right, let me know if you guys can see my PowerPoint here.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Let me get back to the front of it. Hold on one second. That's the end of it. I'm in. We have 11 people on right now. You know, you can get in on your phone, right? Well, why don't you ladies sit in here with us? Geez, I don't know what you want to do. People are on the call. Can you guys now see my PowerPoint?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And just make sure we got a couple other people here that are trying to get in. Let's see. All right. Okay, guys. So I have a couple folks in here with me in my office. As you know, here's our first sales meeting. Can you see everyone wave? Okay. So surprised why it's not automatically allowing people, but okay, as we go through here, here's some of the items that I wanted to cover today in our meeting, okay? We're just gonna start out with a quick welcome and thank you for Mario and Eleanor for all they've done for us. We'll go over some of my main contact information. Then I'll give you an update on the Long and Foster technology issues. Just a few simple office reminders about COVID. I've got office stats for us. I did some market updates for us. And then we've also got a new sales promotion that's going to be starting on September 1st called Lissopoly. It's actually a play on Monopoly, but there will be some sales incentives and some marketing prizes. So I wanted to talk to you about that. And then I also wanted to go over some potential training that maybe I can do for everyone over the next couple of weeks here. So without further ado, I did want to thank you give a thank you out to Eleanor and Mario for all their years of service. I can just tell how much the staff really has admired you and has really enjoyed working for you over the years. So that's a real testament. Eleanor's been here 22 years and Mario, a long time with Champion. So I really wanted to appreciate that. Let's all give a round of applause. You guys can see, but let's give some applause to Mario and Eleanor for all their work. Let's see, I should be able to get in here. All right, my contact information. This is pretty much at the bottom of all my email signatures, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone had this information directly. So my main cell phone number is 410-987-0101. My primary email is, of course, like most of us have, which is my first name dot my last name at Long and Foster. And of course, you can use LNF as well. Now, the reason I put my secondary email in here is for two reasons. One, many of you who have known me before in the past years or worked with me, that's been my primary email basically since 1996. But since we're, experiencing these Long and Foster issues right now, I wanted to make sure that you had a backup email for me if Long and Foster should ever go down. But basically, let's see here. This is the best email to use for me, okay? So as we come back, let's see. There you go. See, I'm trying to use technology here, and it's giving me a hard time. So, all right, pretty much office hours, I'm here Monday through Friday and keep normal business hours, but that usually doesn't turn out to be 9 to 5. So I do my best to answer my cell phone from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I'm going to do some weekend hours too. So if you guys have any questions, things are coming up or pending, please feel to give me a call even on the weekends as well. But if you need to reach me after hours, email is the best. And again, that would be the tom.richardson@LNF. And if it's truly urgent, put urgent in the subject line. Now, the reason I say that is there's so many times that my phone and cell phone gets burnt out and I've got to plug it in and, it's down for a little while. I'm always checking my emails. My emails, come into my iPad and I'm on my computer and that sort of stuff. So if for some reason you can't get a hold of me, try email and that should work pretty well. And so here's my policy about voicemails. I get so many calls during the day and so much spam. If you leave me a voicemail, I'll call you back as soon as I can. But if you don't leave me a voicemail, then I'm going to assume that a call back is not needed. That just should make it easier for all of us. Go ahead and leave me a voicemail or send me an email if you're having a problem after hours, that sort of thing. Are there any questions about that? Colleen, go ahead, unmute yourself.
I'm fine. Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Any questions I can answer?
Texts are not preferred, I'm assuming.
Well, I don't mind text, but the thing is I'll always get the email because I don't want you to be in a situation where you text me and that sits there for hours or something when you need me quicker than that. That's why I can always answer email, whatever phone or iPad or whatever I'm using, even my regular desktops. I mean, we've got 4 PCs in our home, 3 iPads, and I think like 4 phones. So, with that technology, that always, gives me an opportunity to hear from you. Any other questions? Okay, then we'll just go ahead and move on to the next slide. So I'm going to give you an update here. I do not know why these little check marks are appearing here. Let me clear that. Is this working well? There we go. Okay, so the outages began overnight Saturday and Sunday morning. I've had a lot of phone calls with management about this. I don't really know specifically what has happened, but what has happened has been, Long and Foster has remote data sites. So, and of course, we have our servers in Chantilly, 63 of them, but then we also have backup and redundancy servers, I know in the North Carolina area and also on the West Coast, including Portland. So with the 2 hurricanes that have hit the East Coast and with the wildfires in the West Coast, there has been some disruption in the technology. So the one thing that we had talked about last night, Cindy Ariosa and I did, there's the main backup or the main framework of the entire system. It's called the Active Directory. And the Active Directory is intact. So that is a good thing. And what that means is they're going to be bringing everything else back online just as quickly as they can. So, you know, many of the resources are down on the cafe, including Accelerate, email, and in order to conserve resources, we turned down our office internet as well. We have some preliminary workarounds established. You've been getting some emails. If you're able to check them on your phone, you've seen that we've had some updates here. What Long and Foster is going to do, I sent out a copy of an email from Mr. Foster last night. We're building a new website with a landing page that's being created in order to temporarily reestablish the use of our LNF tools. So once that's basically operational and we get the new web address, I'll be forwarding that to you. So in the interim, I know that this is a real inconvenience and really disrupting your business. So we've got a few of these workarounds. I sent an email this morning, but in case you didn't get it, they created a folder in the clouds, which is on a website called SharePoint. And here's the link. The lady who put it together, her name is Yanira Rodriguez. So in this folder, you will find blank and let me see if I've got it here in my email. See if I can pull it up for you. Actually, I'm probably not going to do that because I'm going to lose it. But nonetheless, it just turns out to be a directory. And you've got all your MAR forms, you've got all your local forms. You will have the ability to fill out listing agreements and buyer agency. So you had a question, Brian? No? Okay. So this should allow you for right now to bypass filling out the contracts and the forms manually on paper. But we do have them here in the office for you that would want to use that while we're getting the technology reestablished, okay? Whoops, sorry, how did that happen? Go ahead. Anyone had a question? We also have Long and Foster email access. Now, you can still get into your email at home or through your phone. And this is the logon or the login. And it's actually log on, not log in, LOGON. And it's microsoftonline.com. Okay. You'll be prompted for your Long and Foster credentials. And if you recall, no, if someone has a question, ask me. I can't see the screen right now because I've maximized my screen for the PowerPoint. But who has a question? Okay, no questions. So anyway, logon.microsoftonline.com. Remember, you're going to get a text and a code to enter for that multi-factor authentication. You need to have your cell phone. But that should give you a workaround right now so you can get to contracts and get to your Long and Foster email. That was updated this morning at 10:10. Okay, any questions about that? And these updates will continue throughout the day until we can get ourselves established. So, all right, so that's our update on the technology disruptions. So quickly here, for everyone knows about COVID-19, we've been dealing with it since March. It's not going away anytime soon. Michelle's been doing a great job keeping sanitizer and stuff around for us, but just some real simple reminders here. Try to wipe down your work area if you can remember it, like your keyboards. If you're using handles or drawers, going into the drawers, Let's just try to stop the spread. Of course, wear a mask. Same sort of policies as other businesses in Maryland. Now, I know it's difficult. I forget it myself all the time, running to the restroom and everything, but let's just do the best that we can. Of course, use a hand sanitizer and wash your hands with soap after you use the restroom. Several bottles of hand sanitizer around the office. Again, we're also practicing social distancing. So let's make sure, we try to protect each other. Some other just simple reminders, everybody has to sign in at the front desk. Our offices still have restricted access. So any appointments that you need to make with clients or for settlement or that sort of stuff, we should set that up in advance. I believe the maximum people we're allowed to have in the office is 10. So if you need to have an appointment or conference room, just call us in advance and we can get that set up for you. Are there any questions about that?
No.
Okay, well then just moving right along. So I wanted to go over some of our monthly office stats. This is my first month with you, but I think you guys have been really knocking it out of the park. And in a little bit in the presentation here, I want to get into some of the market statistics that we've been seeing in real estate here this year. I think it's going to really surprise you. For July 2020, the top contracts or number of contracts, top agent were Violetta with 5 units and the Jimmy White team with 5 units. If we get into the closings for 2020, which is the last full month that we have data for, Linda Austin with 5 units, over $1.6 million. Larry Doyle has been knocking it out of the park with 5 units, $2.2 million. Phyllis, 4 units, $1.5 million, and Bonnie had 3 units for $660,000. That was really good. If you look in what we've been doing so far in August, contracts as of Friday, because we don't have updates just because we lost our system through the weekend. But as of Friday, the Jimmy White team, almost $4.3 million. And I know they've got a couple pending. So most likely they're going to be over $5 million for the month, which is great. Linda Austin, 4 units at 1.4. And Larry Doyle, again, 4 units at 1.2. Really doing well. So if you look at this month so far, again, as of Friday, we have settled cases that are just a little bit over 6.7 million, since this is my first month. So I think that's still, awesome. I'll have to, when I get a chance, get in and see what's been done before. But I think Eleanor had mentioned to me that July was one of your best years ever, and she's been here 22 years. So I think that's a testament to everyone getting out there and, working hard and taking advantage of what we have going on. And so far under contract, so these are just new contracts, over $11 million. So, you're probably heading towards your best month of the last 20 years. So congratulations are in order. That's a great job. So, we have a ton of challenges right now with limited access to people and of course, even limited access to our tools. And you guys are really persevering. So I really appreciate that. Going through a little bit here, I wanted to talk about the real estate market. It really looks like we could be having a phenomenal year. I thought this graph was kind of interesting here. The states that are in yellow or orange are states that have not seen this much affordability. The last time housing was this affordable by state. So Maryland right now, taking in factors of your interest rate and supply and demand, the real estate has not been this favorable for the last 25 years. I think you have an incredible opportunity here, and I'm going to get into it a little bit more. It's amazing what this pandemic and the drop of the interest rate has done. almost every buyer now has an extra $15,000 of buying power than they did back in March. So some great opportunities there for you to get out into the public. All right, so we have, I thought this was an interesting statistic from Long and Foster. The vast majority of home sales
Tom, you muted yourself. Tom, unmute.
Tom, your mic's not working.
Hello?
Thanks, Colleen.
You got me? Hello? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
You're
You're
good.
back.
Yeah, hear
You're
you
back.
now.
Sorry about that, guys. Let me get back to that slide. Okay, so what I was saying is that 87% of homeowners, so most homeowners think that this pandemic is going to really impact their ability to sell their home. And what the data is showing is almost exactly the opposite. And I've got some statistics here that's going to show you that we're probably on our way for the best year since 2006. We'll probably get close to 5.5 million units across the US. And it looks like that's going to continue on into next year as well. So I think there's a lot of opportunities ahead in the next 12 months for us. And this, be honest with you, is one of the main factors that is impacting what we're doing right now. And that's the mortgage rates. And the things that I thought were interesting, if you look on the left-hand side of this graph, as we progress through the end of 2020 and we get into 2021, go to all the way over to the right, the average of all four of these, which Freddie Mac, MBNA, all these, we're at about 3.22 now, or 3.25. It looks like it's going to steadily drop for the next year. And so again, our hope, I think the basis that we have right now for a strong market is our interest rate. So that's something to share with your buyers, and it's something to share with your sellers, because both clients can take advantage of it. So I'm going to try to move this around here. I thought that this little write-up was interesting. So as of July, it took 19.8% of the median monthly income to make the mortgage payment on an average priced home, assuming conventional standards, 20% down in a 30-year mortgage. That was more than 5% below the average of 25% down that happened in the late 90s and early 2000s. So what that basically means is that on the average home with the average monthly payment of a little bit under $1,100, so $1,071, that's down about 6% from the same time this year. The average home has increased by more than $12,000, but the average monthly payment has dropped by $6,000. That is thanks to the interest rates. So the interest rates, in my opinion, and from what I've been able to read, is what has been fueling this fire market. This market, again, we're looking at one of the best markets in the last 15 years. So in summary, buying power is now up about 10% year over year. The average home buyer can nearly afford $32,000 more home than they could at the same time last year. And, that could be, pretty substantial. If somebody's in a $270,000 home, they're going to notice when you jump up to 300. Could make a difference. Okay. So I got to move my stuff here. I'm going to drop down at the bottom. So in July, house buying power got a big boost as the 30-year fixed mortgage made history by moving below 3%. So simply dropping from 3.25 just to under 3 in July increased house buying power by nearly $15,000. So this is an advantage for any agents out there who are working with buyers and what have you. Buyers should be able to really do well now in their mortgages. Their monthly payments are going to be a lot lower and their buying power has increased. So this is something that we can take advantage of. Are there any questions about some of these statistics? Okay, I'll move forward.
Can you send a copy of this or send it out in email?
I
The
can.
article?
Yeah, I'm
Thank
going to have a couple things that I'll be sending you guys today. Like I'll make a PDF of our listing promotion called Listopoly. I can also send you this as a PDF as well.
Thank you.
Okay. I thought this statistic was also interesting. Okay. In the middle here, over 42% of homes are owned free and clear, meaning they're not tied to a mortgage, of course. Of the remaining 58%, the average homeowner has almost $175,000 in equity. This is actually what's keeping a lot of the homeowners afloat today. So, you know, there's been a moratoriums put on people who are missing their payments. There's also moratoriums. Landlords can't evict tenants who are behind on their rent. Sometime in the future, that's going to change. And it's yet to, you know, remains to be seen how that's going to impact our buying public. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of forbearance. You know, they're just going to let it go, or they're going to tag it to the back end of the mortgage. That remains to be seen. It's probably going to be a bank by bank, you know, policy. But again, that's something that's important for you guys, that, you know, there are homeowners out there, almost 50%, that might own their home free and clear. And there's a lot of equity in the market right now due to the low supply. Okay, our next slide here. Okay, interesting. You know, a lot of the social change and discussion that's going on across the country, it looks like studies are showing that rural area single-family detached homes are going to start increasing. There's going to be a rush of people from the big municipalities, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, that are going to be looking for perhaps a lot more properties that Queen Anne's County, you know, really, you know, specializes in, so to say. A lot of rural area single-family homes. Hold on, guys. I hope I'm not losing my internet connection. Stand by. All right, we'll see how it goes. And another, again, interesting to statistics, baby boomers are taking advantage of the record low interest rates as they position themselves in their retirement homes. So again, normally when you get a mortgage on a second home, it's higher than, you know, your interest for your primary home. But the affordability index keeps to be widening for people just because the, you know, prime lending rate is so low. So there are people now that are definitely going to be in a position to buy their retirement homes or their vacation homes. Keep that in mind when you're speaking to your folks. Now, investment property opportunities. You may be working with people that have portfolios, may have a bunch of rental properties and that sort of stuff. I don't know if we're at the top of the market, but again, with the tightness in the market right now, you should be talking to your owners who have several properties. Is this a good time for them to capture their equity? So let's consider that. Does anybody right now have some clients that have multiple rental properties? Oh, you do? Okay. Maybe it's, how many of them do they have? 5. Okay. Well, it might be a good time to mention something to them. You know, we're seeing, like, you know, record low inventory. And a lot of you, if you've been working right now, you're putting in offers that are, you know, close to full price or even over. Mary and I were talking about a contract that her buyer lost out. She even put in an escalation clause. And, you know, and it turned out it settled for over the asking price, and the eventual buyer actually waive their home inspection. And, you know, we haven't seen that since about 2006. So I don't know if that's going to be a harbor of things to come, but, you know, we don't want to be really waiving our home inspections too often, if at all. And so sort of to conclude here with some of these statistics from Long and Foster, whoops, hold on. You know, with the record low interest rates and the record low inventory, it's kind of a perfect storm. And this is most likely or possible to be one of the best second halves ever in real estate. So I think that, what happened? Oh, what happened? I don't know, did my internet go?
I hear ya,
Okay,
but your background went.
I know, hold on, let me see what happened. Ghost in the machine. Ugh. Stand by, guys, I might have to reboot this PowerPoint. Okay, I am having some technology issues on this end. Let me stop the share. Am I still on with you? Give me a yes, a no.
I hear you.
You hear me? Okay, you having a hard time seeing me?
Well, your background, your data is gone.
Yeah, I see your picture, not anything that you're sharing though.
Okay, just so you know, of course, we all don't have internet in any of our offices. I'm using my iPad as a hotspot, and that's the only reason I'm online with you right now, so it might be getting a little dodgy. So let me try to share my screen again and get back into the PowerPoint. Ah, here we go. Okay, so we're back up. I'm gonna have to, really giving me a hard time. Yeah. Don't want to disconnect because I'll lose everybody. Well, it says uploading 60%. So I guess what I've got to do.
Somebody else want to take over?
Hello? We're having a hard time. So I'm going to try one more time to see if I can get this back on for us. And if not, what we're going to have to do is I'm just going to have to speak on, and I'll have to send you the PowerPoint. Yeah, so that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on without sharing my screen anymore. So let me.
I just might have to email it out.
Okay. All right, guys, I had a little. Sorry, it keeps muting me when because I'm getting logged in and logged out of Zoom, so it keeps unmuting me. I apologize for this. So I'll go manually through what the last bit of the information is. So I wanted to round that up, that we do have a really strong market right now. So if you have your opportunities, I would certainly continue on with them. And it looks like you'll have another 6 to 12 months of good interest rates. Okay, I'm back in. I'm not going crazy. So I have the ladies here with me in the office, and they just see this is crashing. So here's what I wanted to do. I'm going to send you a couple emails, not only technology update emails to the rest of the day, but I'm also going to send you a copy of the Listopoly promotion. And what it is a take on Monopoly. And what it is going to be a way to maybe help you get some additional listings in September and October. For those that are looking for some more listings, it's going to be basic things such as, you know, calling your contact list, sending some handwritten notes, those sorts of things. Having a hard time sharing my screen right now. So I'm going to have to just talk to you about it, explain it to you in a basic fashion, then I'm going to have to send you the information via email. But it's going to run for 2 months, and there are going to be prizes. So you can get some free marketing, you can get some free listed and sold cards. You can have one of the Long and Foster technology folks going to help you revise your website, update your website, get some new tools and widgets added to it. So it's back in. I'm sorry, I keep getting logged out. So what I'll end up doing is I'm going to just wrap up this meeting right now, since we have our technology issues continuing. Let's just persevere. Make sure you can get into your Long and Foster email. We'll have updates for you throughout the day until we get back online. Also feel free to call me, again, as I put up earlier, and that you'll find in all my email signatures, my phone number 410-987-0101. I'll be here every day this week, and let's see if we can keep things going. Okay, is there any questions that you might have as we try to wrap this up? Sorry, just, not able to get through the rest of my screen sharing and the rest of my PowerPoint. But is there any questions that anyone might have as we wrap up this first meeting?
No, thank you, not from this end.
Okay, well, I appreciate everyone taking the time, and I'll be in touch with you throughout the day with our technology updates. See you guys.
Welcome, Tom.